changing your life one story at a time. This is the Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast with Editor-in-Chief Amy Newmark.
Hey, it's Amy Newmark with your daily dose of Chicken Soup for the Soul inspiration. It's Motivational Monday, and today I'm going to share a story that I chose years ago for our book, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Shaping the New You. It's a story that has never stopped reminding me, well, bugging me really, to take the stairs to my office instead of using the elevator. When a story stays in my head for years, you know it's a powerful one because I read thousands of stories every year. And this one is powerful, but simple too. It's by Douglas Brown, and he tells us that his story started with his shirts. They were too tight, and the buttons kept popping open. And Douglas also had a problem with buying pants with a 50-inch waist. That was a real downer. But what really got to Douglas was that he was turned down when he applied for life insurance. His employer had offered to pay for $250,000 worth of life insurance for each employee. So Douglas got his medical records together, and he spent over $40 on copying fees. And 3 weeks later, he got a letter from the insurance provider saying, "We have decided not to offer you life insurance." Douglas was 46 years old, and he had been turned down for life insurance. That was pretty drastic. He hadn't really noticed before how unfit he had become, but he was more than 80 pounds overweight. He knew that he needed to make a change, but he didn't know where to start. He needed to exercise, but he knew himself. If he joined a gym, he would stop going after a few weeks. Douglas needed to find something that he could do every day without going out of his way to do it. So he decided, hey, my office is on the 4th floor of my office building, and he decided to start taking the stairs every day. He says the hardest thing was taking that first step. The first morning, those 3 flights of stairs to his office looked like Mount Everest. But Douglas told himself that even climbing Mount Everest just required taking one step after another. So, one step at a time, sweating and wheezing, Douglas made it to his 4th floor office. He kept climbing the stairs in his building, going up and down as necessary, going between floors for work, and soon he was doing 20 flights of stairs per day. He was feeling better, but he still needed to do more, so he added a 1-mile walk during his break. And then he got a letter from his employer's insurance company saying that they would reimburse him for part of the cost of a weight loss program, and there was a program that was going to start in his office building. So Douglas joined that program, and he learned about mindful eating, actually thinking about what he was eating, not just stuffing his face. And after 9 months of climbing the stairs, walking a mile during the day, and thinking more about what he was eating, Douglas lost 85 pounds and 14 inches off his waistline. He says he hadn't realized how out of shape he was, but now he's shocked when he looks at his old pictures. So what I love about this story, and what I've retained from it all these years, is Douglas's advice to just take the stairs. The Chicken Soup for the Soul office is 3 floors up from our basement garage, and unless I'm carrying a lot of heavy stuff or infrequently wearing uncomfortable shoes, I take the stairs to and from the office. It's not much, but it's something I can do every day. And every morning when I get to work and I consider taking the easy way out and pushing that elevator button, I think about Douglas Brown and this story, and then I take the stairs instead. There's a great quote that I put at the beginning of this story in our Shaping the New You book. The quote is by Joan Welsh, and here's how it goes. "A man's health can be judged by which he takes 2 at a time, pills or stairs." Now, tomorrow is Tip Tuesday, and we're going to talk again about things that I've learned from our books. From many of them, in fact, I'm going to pass on 7 tips for positive living that I've learned from editing more than 10,000 Chicken Soup for the Soul stories. I'm Amy Newmark. Thank you for listening to the Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast today. We're hitting new records for listeners every week. But of course, I would like even more listeners. So please share the podcast with your friends and family, and please write a review and post it on our iTunes page. Thank you.